A grinding energy crisis had gripped global markets following the military blockade and closure of the Strait of Hormuz. But as world economies scramble for a lifeline, what if a hidden maritime bypass could break the deadlock? A route completely outside of Iran's grip and entirely under Oman's control. Here's the geography. The strait is 33 kilometers wide at its narrowest point. To the north is Iran, and to the south is Oman and the UAE. Now, before the war, there was only one designated passage for the ships as agreed between Iran and Oman in 1968. International Maritime Organization officially approved it. After the US and Israel attacked Iran, Tehran decided to mine it to suspend all traffic. Besides the usual passage, there's also a northern route, skimming the Iranian coastline. Iran controls that one, and reportedly it's been demanding millions of dollars a voyage for its use. But here the story gets more interesting, as the third passage, being dubbed the Omani route, comes under spotlight. A southern bypass hugging the UAE coastline, bending around Oman's Muscat Peninsula, which is a narrow strip of land jetting into the strait from the south and exiting into open water. What it means is that ships passing through the Hormuz stay in Omani territorial waters the entire time. The Oman Passage has an official name, the Inshore Traffic Zone, and prior to 1979, the Inshore Traffic Zone was actually the main shipping channel through the strait. And then after the Iranian Revolution reorganized traffic into the northern lanes, this zone was abandoned. In normal peacetime, Oman restricts it to smaller vessels only. But Oman has now formally reopened it to all commercial traffic, including supertankers. And ships were already using it before anyone had made it official. A review of movements on June 19th and 20th showed vessels had already begun keeping further south, wholly within Omani waters. When Oman did announce it, the rules were clear. No tolls and automatic identification system on, coordinated with the International Maritime Organization as well. By June 25th, 70 ships had used it in a single day. 2 days later, the US Navy's Joint Maritime Information Center widened the route further, opening it to traffic in both directions. Now, does that mean that the US will have a long-term role to play here? You can't really say right now. Ships are encouraged but not required to coordinate with the US Navy. However, the US Navy does continue to provide what it calls stabilizing oversight in the corridor. Iran's response has been swift. The IRGC said that the corridor was announced without consulting Tehran and therefore unacceptable and completely dangerous. Hours later, a cargo ship called the Ever Lovely, stuck in the Gulf for over 100 days, took the Omani route to pass through the strait. It was hit by a projectile. The IMO suspended the evacuation of 11,000 stranded seafarers while the US hit Iranian military targets in the area. With the US and Iran now clashing over the new developments in the Hormuz, one can hope that a new incident doesn't threaten the Islamabad Memorandum of Understanding between the warring sides. On June 29th, Iran and Oman held their first formal meeting of a new Joint Hormuz Committee in Muscat. They are now negotiating the future of the strait directly. Now, can the Oman route be a permanent alternative to the usual passage? Not really. It's too narrow to facilitate the full flow of traffic. Straining the route risks collisions, and experts say that the real fix is to clear the usual normal lane of mines. That could take anywhere from 40 days to 6 months.